Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. This is so great. Look at this. Your second brain, it's here. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to leverage Bolt.new and Bolt.diy, which is actually an open source brother of Bolt.new, and allow you to actually build application really fast without having to code. Let's go ahead and get started. This is not the first video on Bolt.diy and or Bolt.new, but there are a few new things that have been added in Bolt.new, but as well as Bolt.diy. Now, for those of you who don't know what Bolt.diy is, well, is a coding tool, AI coding tool that allows you to install locally and then start prompting tools to build projects, which is really, really cool. So Bolt.diy is an open source project, which I will show you here, is being backed by Bolt.new, which is the main AI coding tool. All right, so by the way, stay tuned until the end of this video, because at the end of this video, I have this huge announcement you don't want to miss, okay? But you gotta stay till the end. Let's continue. First, go to GitHub stack builds last Bolt.diy. You can just Google Bolt.diy, and you most likely are going to end up in their repository. And as always, I encourage you to always start the project as a way of showing that you appreciate them. There are some prerequisites that are important for you to know. Number one, you need to have Node.js installed and set up locally. And for our demonstration here, I'm going to use Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is the newest model. That's amazing. And I'll show you here. So make sure you have those things set up. And then it's just a matter of making sure to run the application. Now you have two ways to do this. You can run the application once you pull that information, once you pulled the code, and it's very easy, really. You need to have Git for this to work, obviously. So if you go all the way up here and you can see code, you copy this link, and then you can go ahead and open your terminal and just say, for instance, git clone and paste that link, which is the Git repository where the code is, and hit enter. So it's going to pull the repository and then move forward. So in this case, I'm not going to do anything because I already have that set up on my machine, but go ahead and do that. Remember, you have to have Git as well as Node.js. Again, you have two options for installation. You can do direct installation, which is recommended for beginners, or you can use Docker. Now, I have shown you in previous videos how to use Docker, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to use, actually, I'm showing you now how to install using the package manager pnpm. Okay, so all you do once you have Node.js set up on your machine, just copy this and run these commands one at a time. And then later you're going to run dev, pnp, run dev. And if all goes well, you should be able to see. You should be able to see something like this. This is Bolt.diy, welcome, current version. And then you can just command click, and this will open indeed our Bolt.diy. And you can see that Bolt.diy is literally a copy of Bolt.new. It looks exactly pretty much the same with some differences. Now, this is Bolt.new, as you can see here, and this is running locally. Now, if you want to use Docker, of course, you go ahead and follow these instructions here. You will have to install Docker and run these commands, and then it's going to run the container, and you're going to have the same results. But now you're going to have that running locally, in a sense, using a container, a Docker container, which is a different thing. And make sure to configure the API. Now, the beauty here, as you see, with Bolt.diy, you can configure the API in the code. You will have this .env.example. So I've already changed to .env, and I added the API keys. If you want to use OpenAI API key, you add it here. And in this case, I added Anthropic API key. I'm using Anthropic, the latest one, because it is the top when it comes to coding and all that. So you can add different API keys, Open Router API key, and Google Generative AI API key, and so on. So make sure at least you have Anthropic or OpenAI. I suggest Anthropic Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is the latest one. And the other thing also you notice is that you can actually, if you don't want to add anything, you can actually add all that stuff locally once it's running. As you see here, I'm using Claude 3.7. So you can get the API and set up here as well. So if you click here, and you can go and find all these different vendors. Okay, so As you see here, we have the same thing with a few things that have been added. You can even clone a Git repo, import from folder, import a chat, all other great stuff. This is the beauty of open source tools because they're moving forward at a good speed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start very simple here. I'm going to say, give it a command to build something really simple. So I'm going to say, build me an app that will work as my second brain. I want to be able to add notes, links, etc. Okay, let's start there. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter to run. So here's what will happen. Looks like starter template, continue with blank template. It looks like that's okay. Now you can see that it's starting to write all the code. And one thing I like is that now we have different things that you see here. One thing you notice, we have this deploy, which I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, so it may take a little while, and now we have these files. We can see the difference of those files, whatever's been written and what hasn't, what's been removed and so forth, and we have the preview. So let's give it a few moments and see. Okay, so it looks like encounter errors. Let's go ahead and ask Bolt. Just click ask Bolt and see what it's going to do. Okay, so it's going to go through. One thing I don't like, can I close this? No, I cannot. Okay, so it's giving me some errors. And what I don't like, ask Bolt again. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like we're still having issues here. And one thing I don't like, I'm not sure why, is that I have this panel here, which is at the top, and it's continuously showing here, and I can't really see much, right? You can see. So I'm not sure how to get rid of that. So that's one of the things about maybe just me, but let's just go ahead and move forward. I'm going to dismiss real quick and see what's happening. I've added that. Can you make this work? I am getting errors. Let me see. And nothing is showing in the preview. So there's the button that I can close that down a little bit. Okay, so after a few here, you can see that now I have something that is showing here. So look at this. So it's no notes. Hello world. And I'm going to create a note. And looks like I don't quite see. Let me go ahead and open in the browser so I can see how this would work. Okay, so it's not quite working. Let's go ahead and prompt it. All shows I am not able to create notes. Okay, say please run the code. Okay, it should have run itself. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try again. Oh, that was search. Maybe I should click here to, maybe I was doing it wrong. So let's say hello there. This is a test. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, so it was a mistake on my part. Everything was working fine. And let's add a note, give a tag add and a title. There we go. I see. Hello there. And let's add something. I saw this article here just to test. Save. Okay, so it is actually working, and you can see that I have all the notes, and I can search here. I can say hello, hit enter. Probably going to show the same one. Let me add a new one here. Tag AI. I saw AI video tut. I saw this awesome video about AI, and I need to watch it. All right, let's see. I'm going to save. Okay, so something is now right. I'm not sure what's going on. We need to add something like this. Okay, something is not quite right. I think because it's confusing, the save here, I think it's just saving this, and then the add, it's adding that. So I'm not quite sure how this works. But in any case, let's see if the search works. AI. Very cool. So if I said AI, as you saw here, it's going to go ahead and actually only show the AI related video. So, or items as here. So very cool. So now we can continue prompting our tool. Let's say this works great. I need you to make sure the save button actually saves everything, not just the title. I think that's what's happening. All right, let's go ahead and hit enter and see if this is going to change. So minor things we can continue refining until we get to where we want this to get to. Okay, everything is written and verify this works. I'm going to go to preview. Let's refresh. And I also have this running separately here. So add something. Let's see if this saves. Okay, so it saves that. That's cool. And I say life for a tag. That's good. So as we go, it saves things, right? Markdown support. That's very good. So I can just say, I think, hello there. This is a test. And I'm going to go and add, and voila. So if I, as you can see, there it is. I'm going to add another one. Let's see, ideas. So if I add, okay, so saves either way, saves everything. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm going to say, I want to build SaaS for my people, my subs. Okay, because you guys are my people. Okay, there we go. Now, if the search another, aha, very good. App, very good. So this is still working. Very cool. So what we want to do next? So next, what I want to do is to have a button that once I've added these, my second brain, all these pieces of information that I'm encountering, whatever I'm doing, I want to be able to use all that information to then use a large language model to compile everything and organize all of that, and maybe give me some sort of action steps on how to tackle those things, right? Because this has to be my second brain. And as I add a lot of things, I want a place where I can see everything. Maybe we can add some sort of a mind map. That's a good idea. All right, let's see if this is going to work. Now, I need you to add a mind map, which is going to be powered by LLM to organize all of the ideas or items that I have added into the app. Also, make sure to first save everything locally. Okay, maybe I prompt too much, but let's see what's going to happen. It says that it went ahead and added all of these mind map and everything, local storage. Well, let's see if this is true. I'm going to refresh. I always seem to have to say run the code for this to actually run. I'm not sure why. Okay, so looks like we have some issues here. You can just copy all of this. It's error. And see. All right, so there we go, guys. Now we have all of this mind map. Okay, let's add a note. Okay, it's refreshing. Okay, add a note. Say live as a tag. I found this cool thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save. So all that save, I can add another note, for instance. Build apps, app ideas. Enter and added that. I have these ideas for apps with a space, invader game, a SaaS. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to add something, a few others here are amazing. And here are some ideas on how to leverage them stuff to help your community be present and do good work. Of course, I'm making stuff up here, but it's okay. So let's see if the actual search still works. LLMs, I love that. And say life, I love that. And let's see the mind map. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. This is so great. Look at this. Your second brain, it's here. And then we have LLM, and then LLMs, and then LLMs. There's connections. Can I click on them? No, I cannot, but I can move them around. Wow. I just love this. Your second brain, and then it's connected to build, and all of that. Wow. This is great. This is real cool. So you can see the power here. For instance, give me the option of having dark mode, right? If I need to. So let's go back here. I'm going to say now add dark mode settings. And I wonder also if this is actually being saved. I think it's been saved. Let's see. Once we, it's not being saved. Okay, it's okay. We are going to get there. There we go. So we can see the option here of dark mode. I like dark mode better. This is good. Everything probably still works. We don't have anything there. Okay, so what I want to do next, of course, I'm going to dismiss for now. I'm going to say, make sure to save persist items locally. Local storage persistence. All right, so we have that going there. Let's go ahead and add something real quick again and see if this hello world. I'm going to add tag test. Gonna save so everything is there. Map mind, generating the map mind. Hello world, your second brain. Hello there. So there's no connection. It looks like only when it's white. Okay, so we're gonna fix that later, but this is good. So we're gonna have tags and that connection as you see there. Okay, maybe I should keep like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and refresh this and see if this is going to. Okay, so doesn't look like when I refresh it's saving. Let's go ahead and when I refresh the app, all items are lost. Make sure to save locally and on start load the saved items. Okay, let's see if this is going to actually save. Let's create a first one. Okay, it saves and I'm going to refresh. Very good. So this is actually saving. So I'm refreshing and things are being saved. If I go back here, you can see we have this connection here. And one thing you don't see, let me go ahead like this. Look at that. It has hello. This is live. I can also make this smaller. And let me go ahead and add another note here, perhaps AI ideas. And I'm going to add a tag, ideas, build LLM based applications and SaaS. I'm going to save everything. If I go back here, look at that. So we've got ideas, the connection, and I think I lost the middle one, but that's okay. So at least shows the mind map of the things that are connected. Now, if I add some other note here that is still here, maybe I could say still the same tag. And let's say, can I search tags? I can't. Okay, let's see ideas and read these books. Make sure to read the following books. Okay, let's save everything. It's there. Let's go back to mind map. Okay, so because it's under, in this case, the same tag, which is ideas, we have ideas, AI ideas, and read these books. So this is really good. So there's that connection here. And I can make smaller or larger. All right, so you can see that it's really awesome and easy to use these tools locally. Of course, I'm using a large language model. You can use different kind of large language models for this. Now, I've chosen Claude 3.7 Sonnet because it's really good at coding and has a lot of other things that it can do. And so that is the main idea. You can imagine that you have this idea, you want to go ahead and build out at least the prototype and even something that you can create a SaaS with. Then this could be a good starting point. I'm going to actually continue working on this, and then maybe in the next video I'm going to show you the final product, because this is something that I may actually I will be using, and I know this. All right, let's go back to our code here, or our tool. And what you can do also is that you can actually deploy this application on the cloud. So we have different options here. We have deploy to Vercel or Vercel. I think it's Vercel. It's coming soon, and deploy to Cloudflare coming soon. And I have set up to deploy to Netlify, I should say. And for you to set up, you have to have an account with Netlify. And you do that by going to settings, and then you go to connections, and you can see that I have Netlify connection here. So for you, you're going to be able to connect to Netlify, and you have to get a token which you add here and connect, and only then are you going to be able to actually deploy it. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and click deploy, and it's going to start deploying this application into our server Fly so that you can actually share the link with people and start playing around with it. You can go ahead and view the site, clicking here. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you have an application that it is actually running on a server somewhere. You can share this link and you have the app. So I can see that I can, and let's see if this works. I'm going to search. I can't search anything. I'm going to go ahead and add something real quick here. Hello world. All right, let's go ahead and save. As you add things, as you see, it's actually saving everything. Okay, look at that. And then again, go ahead and add a tag. It's all there. I'm going to save. Very good. Let's go to mind map, and you can see we have our mind map. You can make this smaller as well. So you can see the relationship that we have here. So as you add more and more, things will change. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this, and look at that. I refreshed and all of that is indeed there. All right, this is really cool. So if you want, you can go ahead and check this out. Of course, I'm going to be building this even further to just see how to build this whole thing. And maybe it's going to be a SaaS where I can charge and do all that's awesome stuff. So that is the end of this video. I was able to get started with a SaaS idea that I just had in my mind called Second Brain. And I'm going to use this to build all this out. I didn't have to code myself. So that is the helpful part of this. The differences here is that if you know how to code, it's even better. I teach people how to code. I have all of these skills, but sometimes you just want help, kind of sort of a pair programming that allows you to move real quick. Okay, as you see, from zero to actually having an app that is working, that works, and we're able to post that or push that onto a server, and it's there. You can share this link. All right, so even though this is all awesome, you can see you can quickly prototype and actually build applications, SaaS, software as a service products that you can sell and start generating income. The best strategy would be for you to also understand how large language models work, AI, and become an LLM engineer, a developer. I'm so happy to announce that I've actually finished this over 20-hour course on AI and LLM engineering. It's going to be a full course. It is a full course that goes from zero to hero. Let me show you the things that you'll get. So here is what you get in the course. So you have introduction, you have bonuses, you have development environment set up. You can see all of these are lessons you're going to go through. If you don't know Python, I have a probably 5-6 hour full course on Python where you understand Python, you master Python. So it's easier to go through this course, and deep learning we go through all of that, as well as generative AI concepts. And you can see large language models fundamentals, go really deep and continue doing so. OpenAI models, you can see prompt engineering. We have Olama open source, context and memory management, logging in large language model applications, RAG systems, vector databases, RAG system, building those out, do a lot of hands-on systems with chunking, understanding how to use chunking to better your RAG systems, LLM tools, LangChain, go deeper into LangChain and other tools, building LLM application with LangChain, advanced RAG systems, or techniques I should say, multimodal, AI agents and agentic workflow, how to build agents in using large language models, fine-tuning with OpenAI models, and fine-tuning with LoRa techniques. So this is a full-on course that I have available now. You are able to enroll at a huge discount. As you see, this is over 20-hour course with a lot of stuff, a lot of bonuses. And so I'm going to give you a discount. This course alone is probably about $1,000, but you're not going to be paying $1,000. So get the link in the descriptions with the coupon code that will give you a huge discount, but it's limited. So you got to do it right away, man. Seriously. Okay. Thank you so much. If this was helpful, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure to subscribe, because as you see, we do a lot of cool stuff in this channel. Till next time, be well.